Peelerz podcast where we discuss the nitty, the gritty, and the pretty side of stripping. I have our host for the Taboo Show.
Hi, everyone.
Introduce yourself.
Hi, my name is Farrah Nuff. I am a local drag entertainer, and one of the things that I really want to talk to you about on this is like the thought path of like drag queens and strippers and the similarities we have together.
Yes.
And like the things that separate us.
Absolutely. And you know what? We have these stripping contests, and every year we try and invite drag queens to come judge because they are a good judge for what we do.
It's where I learn most of my tricks. Yeah. I am a big fan of a clack, so like you'll always catch me in a show if I have a platform on, like clacking on stage.
Yeah.
My mother always said to me as a child that if I ever became a stripper, she'd murder me, so I became the next best thing.
True. I love that. Hell yeah. Okay, so we do have so many things similar. Even when it comes to like RuPaul's Drag Race, the fact that you guys get a show where you get to compete, and they would never even fathom letting strippers do that.
I think that they should, though.
Yeah.
Like the athleticism in both art forms are so incredibly high. You look at the people that came from the ballroom world, where like they do the dips and the flips and the whacking and the voguing. Like that's a whole different form of athleticism. But then you see like amazing performers like you crawl up that pole, flip themselves basically inside out, upside down, and then you get off of it and you're like, titty, right? Like, and it's so epically, like, it's amazing. I did Cirque for a very long time, not like the main one, but like did the art form for a while, and found it so physically exhausting.
Yeah.
And like the maintenance of keeping the physique up, is always like we have a better way of like hiding our physique. If we're not feeling so good, we just throw a corset on. I'm wearing 2 couch cushions strapped to my ass. That's a luxury that we have versus strippers, because like you're exposed. That's your job.
And it's so uncomfortable sometimes when our bosses come to us with critiques, and it's like, we're aging women, and nothing is going to stop that as much as we want it to.
I am never aging because there's enough Botox in my face to kill a horse. So,
I love that.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
It's because I have migraines. Or at least that's what my insurance thinks.
Mine's wearing off a little bit. Yeah. No, I also wish that there was just a club designated to drag queens. Where you guys did shows every night, not just a gay bar, but like a whole club. That was the thing. Shows all night, scheduled shows, themed shows, even contests.
That would be a wild thing. I would love to. First of all, if you ever want to hire me to judge a stripper, if you ever want to hire a drag queen to judge a stripper competition, I'm here. I was a professional dancer for 20 years, as I like carried drag alongside with me, and that's what I transpose into my drag.
Yeah.
Because I go to strip shows and strip clubs for inspiration.
Oh yeah, I love that. So tell me a little bit more about your past. How long have you been doing circus and dance, and when did you get into drag?
I started doing dance when I was like 7 years old. I was a singer until my balls dropped, and now I'm like refining that passion. And then I danced all through from like 7 till 23, and I started doing drag when I was still in high school. And
really?
Yeah, I was. The moment I turned 18, I started doing drag because it was an excuse to be on stage and to play dress up and like play with makeup.
Absolutely.
And I remember that original conversation of, oh, well, you just want to be a woman, and I was like, honestly, no.
No, it's different.
Y'all have you have a hard time in society a lot of times, right? At least when I take this off, I can go back to having like the small amount of male privilege I still withhold.
Yeah.
Without being like, as long as I don't speak or dress the way that I want to, right? I can hide, I can blend away if need be. Not that I want to, but the idea of the mixing up of trans and drag is still. It's a blurred line.
It is.
And like, but like I started doing drag because I saw other performers do it, and I used to go to strip clubs like every weekend with my girlfriends because we loved the athleticism as dancers, watching people like, it was, we would go for the lunch special. That was our favorite too. $4.99 steak sandwich.
I miss those days.
Right?
I miss being able to get off stage and order a steak or get some pierogies or something.
$2.50 Caesar, $4.99 steak sandwich, and like 2 hours of entertainment. It was the best way to spend like a Friday off.
I love that. So who inspires you as a performer?
People like you.
Oh, thank you.
Like you're so unapologetically, authentically yourself.
I I
and
try
that
my
is
best.
what I aspire for every day in drag and every day out of drag too.
Yes.
Right? Like my day job is I don't talk about it in situations like this, but it is the same idea of wanting to always be authentically myself everywhere I go.
Absolutely.
And unapologetically to show others that they can. So my biggest inspiration comes from other queerdos and weirdos that say like the big fuck you to society, and I'm gonna do what I want and I'm gonna do what makes me happy. And sometimes that's my art, and sometimes that's drawing, and sometimes that's, you know, sitting on the couch and playing video games.
Yeah. And luckily we live in a world where all of these opportunities to be yourself and make money and live off of who you are exist nowadays. TikTok, stripping, drag, performance, everything. It's opening up into a whole new genre online and everything where we can actually make money being who we are.
Yeah, I lived solely off of being a full-time drag queen from 2020 until 2023. So I did 3 full years of full-time drag.
Wow.
I started a company here in Calgary called Higher Heels, where we sorry, I just saw someone in a mega hat and it just like killed my buzz.
I think I know
Sorry
you're
to
talking
anyone.
about.
I was like, this is like walk by. I was like, ugh. It just stayed in my face. You were in the wrong space. First of all.
We're in Canada, my guy.
Well, not only like we're in Canada, but like this is not a place where. Okay,
No.
whatever.
Yeah.
I started this company where I wanted to like produce drag shows because I started doing drag with a local straight bar here a decade ago, and opening up the doors for like the queerdos and the queens to perform for a different audience.
Yeah.
I proudly to this day say I don't do drag for gay people anymore. They expect too much. I'm a woman of a certain age as well.
Yeah.
Right? So my body doesn't do it. The 18-year-old kids do. I can't do the splits anymore. I just had a new knee put in. Like,
Oh my God, really?
so yeah, this is like the first trip around the sun now. But yeah, so I started this company, and then we blew up during the pandemic because we went door to door with drag. So we were able to like order drag queens to your house. We started with Mother's Day, so we had
That's amazing.
15 queens in like groups of 3. We did 270 houses all over Calgary and southern Alberta for the first weekend of Mother's Day, and it was so popular that we had to take 3 days off, restructure how much we were charging for it because we charged way less because we just wanted to bring joy on Mother's Day.
Yeah.
So we like restructured how we charged it and booked so many that we did by the end of the first season, which was Mother's Day in May until the end of September, I think is when we closed up shop for the outdoor stuff in Calgary. I think we hit over 1,250 homes across southern Alberta. And
That is amazing.
we drove to like acreages in the middle of nowhere and
That is
just
so much better than carolers. Like,
plopped a speaker on a front doorstep, did a cute little drag number. I helped a bride ask her maid of honor to be her maid of honor.
that is amazing.
Yeah, I
That is
performed at a
fucking
funeral.
awesome. I've done 3 funerals.
It was like a living funeral though, so it was like she was celebrating her last birthday.
Yeah.
But they didn't tell us this in the like engagement, and I was like standing talking to them, being like, "Why are we all wearing black?" And she's like, "Oh, I'm dying." And I was like, "No, but like, why are we all wearing black?" She goes, "No, really, I have stage 4 cancer." And I was like, I am totally here for you, but like that would have been a nice warning before we came. But it's again one of those things that now I have a story that I get to tell, and she's like, "No, tell the story. It's funny.
Yeah.
This is what I want my legacy to be."
I
So
love
I've
that.
done it all,
Fuck yeah.
and I love it.
that.
And I
Same,
also
I've done
love
the-
making money doing it.
Oh my God, that's the best part of it. Working funerals, weddings, divorce parties. I love the divorce
parties, yeah.
Yeah, those are the lively ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like, so your main clientele,
Mm-hmm.
what would you say if you had to give it a 2-sentence demographic? What is your main clientele?
Lawyers who have no idea that they are attracted to criminals. It's always a bald lawyer that goes, I just don't know what it is about you. I've never been attracted to tattoos and the gold teeth. I don't know what it is, but like I'm so attracted. I don't know. It's different. I'm like, because you like criminals. You're a lawyer. You defend them. You're not supposed to like them, so you do like them. I look like a criminal. I look like a prison girl.
You just like opened a whole new like brain game for me, because I was like, mine is straight white women. Like now that you said that, I'm like, straight white women never want to be around this is very generalized. Don't hate me for using the word straight, white, or women. But my bachelorettes, that's my niche. right? But like, one of the things I always talk about when it comes to like that's why consent is so important to me is that these women that book drag queens or come to drag shows feel that they have like some sort of ownership over us.
Yep.
And like the consent goes out the room.
Yep.
And you know how many women have just like involuntarily slapped my ass just because it looks good? It's couch cushions. It doesn't hurt unless they get near too close to the center.
Yeah.
But then I'm like, hey, if that dude over there went and did that, how would you feel? And they're like, oh, I'd probably slap him across the face. And I was like,
exactly.
Come closer then.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's why I was like, I want to know what your demographic is, but I love that.
Yeah.
Lawyers that don't know they're attracted to criminals.
Yeah.
And mine is women that don't know they're attracted to effeminate men.
I think everyone has that kink. It's 2024. Everyone's a little gay, and like a lot of people don't want to accept it. They really, really don't. But like, there's a reason you feel very strongly about gay people. If you feel that way, you're a little gay.
Well, and that's the whole homophobia like paradox too, right?
Yep.
Did you hear about the research that they did in Europe where they asked homophobic men to come to a study, like proud homophobic men,
Yep.
and these homophobic men got strapped to brain electrodes, and they showed them straight and gay porn, and then sent them on their way. And the findings were that 98% of the proud homophobic men had more brain sexual arousal to gay porn than they did straight porn because they have suppressed that homosexuality so far deep down inside of them that they actually hate it, which is why they hate the projection of it.
Yeah.
And I like reading the study, I'm like,
and I see it so obviously with some people who are very homophobic as well. Like, it's just so obvious. I'm like, you hate them because you can't accept it about yourself. Like, that sucks, bro. That sucks that you have to live your life like that and like hatred.
I just can't. That's why I hate strippers. Is I can't accept that I'm not one.
Yeah. I just think a lot of women feel that way. I think the women who really hate us are the jealous ones.
But like, you know what? It's so funny because like I was bullied a lot as a kid. Obviously, look at me now. One of the things that I think ties to that is the idea of like all we ever heard as a kid when you were bullied is they're just jealous.
Yeah.
And now as an adult, like turning 40 in a couple of years, I'm like, oh shit, they're just jealous.
Yeah, they are. They really don't know who they are or how to express themselves, and that's got to be an angry life to live.
Like growing up in a bracket that you've been given, right? Like you are the queer kid. You are religious. You can't be any of these other things, so you must hate it.
Yeah.
Right? So there's those many that's so true. That's so true. When you can't be what you want to be, you end up hating it.
Yes.
So I hate you because I'll never be you.
Damn it. That sucks.
But I also love that we're both not in neon green and black at this exact moment.
Yeah.
Because it's both our colors. It's been why I was so drawn to you in the first place. When you walked up on Friday, I was like, I want to be your friend.
Hell yeah, I love that. What do you think are some of the biggest differences between drag and stripping?
Well, costume.
Costume, yeah. Ours is a lot easier to take off.
Yes, mine is not. I have permanent bruises from corsetting.
Really?
Yeah. Like, I have like sensitive spots where the corsets like dig on a regular basis.
Wow.
Because I'm a 6'2", 180-pound male presenting individual.
Yeah.
And when I'm in drag, I'm like 7 feet with a Kardashian-sized ass that's made out of cushions. So I think the biggest difference, aside from clientele,
Yes.
is like the costuming side of all. We all wear the same amount of makeup.
Yep. That's true.
Body modifications, we all love. There's a lot of tatted drag queens, a lot of pierced drag queens. But I really think that the costuming, and you have those drag queens that can pull off the stripper style costumes. But I don't think a stripper could ever pull off a drag, because there's nothing worse than peeling off 6 layers of tights and your cushions falling on the floor, and then the whole illusion is ruined. It's ruined.
It would be fucking hilarious though.
Right?
Yeah.
Well, I also think it'd be funny to get one of those like silicone suits.
They're really creepy, like
Like the full, well, you can get them like it's just a full body.
Yeah.
Jimbo the Drag Clown, a good friend of mine, from the winner of All Stars in the States, season 9, season 8, I don't know, 9. There's so many.
Yeah.
She has a full body woman suit that has a vagina and everything on it.
Wow.
And like wears her padding underneath it, big old jugs. And I'm like, I want one of those so that I can go do a strip show.
Yeah. That is awesome. Was it
Farrah.
uncomfortable?
I'm sure. Have you ever worn a silicone anything?
No, one of those, like, it was a man's body and it ended here and here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The chest plates?
Yeah, it was very tight. I did not like it.
Yeah, I actually had a nipple rot from I used to wear a big breastplate. And
Nipple rot.
so, like, I wore it so often in hot environments that it actually started to, like, wear off my nipples. So my nipples were very angry for like 2 years.
Wow.
And like hypersensitive and like raw.
Yeah. I didn't know that was a thing. Nipple rot.
I always called it nipple rot.
We call in the strip club world when girls wear too many, specifically bathing suits, they get something called crotch rot.
Is that like permanent lines or like angry lines?
It's when you're not wearing proper underwear, so your pussy kind of smells. Just like gathered sweat. Because you should be wearing cotton, wearing the proper things. When you wear bathing suits, you don't.
You hearing this?
Yeah, don't wear a bikini all the time. I know they're sexy, but...
This is why I tuck with a dance belt, because they're built to be sweat in.
Yes.
By ballet dancers, and I just buy one size too small and hike it really high up.
Yeah.
Because it's cotton, it breathes. But yeah, no, there's also like drag rot. If you ever hear anyone say drag rot, it's when the makeup isn't fully off from the night before. And you're like gone out in public and you still have like remnants of eyeliner or like eyelash glue stuck somewhere.
I love that. I love that term.
But like a lot of drag queens wash your drag. Just like wash your bikinis.
Yes, absolutely. Wash your bikinis.
Like wash your performance outfits.
Yeah. Okay.
That's another similarity that we both have. Stinky performance outfits.
Yeah, absolutely. What is, here, for the final question, this is my favorite thing to ask performers. Do you have like a ritual, or is there something in the drag community that is seen as good luck that you would do before a show?
A shot.
A shot? Everyone just does a shot?
Not everyone, because there's a lot of sober performers. Power to you.
Mm-hmm.
But I wouldn't say like there is like a regular ritual.
Okay.
The ritual of drag is honestly getting into it.
Yeah.
Right? If you ever watched Tu Wong Fu, Thanks for Everything, Julie Newmar, the opening scene of Wesley Snipes and Patrick Swayze getting into drag with who is the body, where is the body playing, is the ritual.
Yeah.
You're either sitting there like miserable being like, I had to go do this show, put it on your face, or you like got like good tunes on and you are living your life putting on makeup and like having a good time. You put your tights on, you put your outfit on, you feel your fantasy, you move on.
Hell yeah.
But I don't think there is a ritual. Is there a stripper ritual? A strip-tual, if you will?
In Alberta, everyone has a habit of saying have a good show when you leave the change room. When you grab your bucket and you leave, everyone kind of has to say it. And if you don't, you kind of wait for them to say it. You know, have a good show. Come on, like say it, like I'm late, let's go. And another thing that we believe in is that if you go on stage and you feel like you have to pee, like you get the nervous pees, it's better to hold it because you'll make more money.
Oh, you do, and it also engages your lower abdominal muscles,
there you go.
which is going to give you more balance on any sort of like platform or stiletto.
There you
right?
go.
Like that nervous pee is an innate reaction to run.
Yeah.
But it's going to also tighten everything that needs to be tightened so that you have a better sense of balance on what you're doing.
Yeah.
That comes from like the dance and acrobatic side of everything.
Awesome. Yeah.
I think nerves mean you care.
It means you care, and I feel like whenever you have something in the ether like, oh fuck, I need to get off stage, it's when everyone wants to tip you and everyone wants your time. So everyone's gonna give you more money because you have to pee. It's like when you say like, fuck, someone stole my phone, and then you turn around and your phone's right there.
Or in your hand if you're me.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for coming on the podcast.
Oh my God, no, thank you for having me. This has been so much fun. You were such a cool human being. Please follow me on Instagram, Farrah Nuff Official.
Absolutely.
Like, I want this world to collide. Let's open this club. Let's do it.
Yes, let's fucking
do it.
Let's do
a strag club.
All lime green everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hell yeah. Awesome. Thank you so much.
No, thank you.